Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to FACEIT TV. We have ourselves some Counter-Strike to commentate, and you guys, you do the watching part. We'll talk and stuff. I think that's how this works.
That's a great idea, Dan.
Okay,
I must say.
And in the case, James, you can see the graphics and stuff. It's great. It's really cool.
Now.
There's a grenade as well.
Never mind.
Everyone's used to that. What?
No, nothing.
All right, so we have ourselves SKDC, and we have ourselves Denial. And they're going to be facing off in the FACEIT qualifier, US FACEIT League qualifier, which is cool. Anything you want to say about this, James, before we kick things off? Because I think we're actually ready to go to the knife very soon.
I look much larger than you on the screen today. That's an improvement, but still.
I'm slumped because my body is weak. My mind is frail.
Wow.
I don't know why I said that.
It's a little bit dramatic.
That's a bit much, isn't it, really?
Okay,
well, you know.
Anyway, moving on from your frail body.
My frailty.
JDM64 is back in the mix. Again, he did leave his previous team a few months back and has joined the SKD roster as of maybe 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So, nice to see him finally back again. A strong AWPer from the North American scene. They will need all the plays they can get at the moment. So, we are about to get into
BTW, by the way. FLOSIC is replaced by Professor Chaos.
Look at that knife. Show me
Not
the
to be
knife.
confused with Butter's alias in South Park. For those of you South Park viewers.
Nope. He's got a purple knife, Dan. His knife looks like grape drink. You a fan of grape drink?
I'm partial to a bit of drink.
Bit of grape drink. Big in America. With the brothers.
Alright, where's there we go, there it is. Alright.
Knife.
Alright, it's time. It is time. It's pistol time. Actually it's
have we mentioned the winner of this match qualifies for the North American FACEIT League 2015.
Alright, well, I did a bit of an upper house push there. That's gonna really help them out considering that they found the bomb. And no matter what happens down below in the site itself, the bomb is stranded. It is alone, and it is without a terrorist to carry it to its final destination for its only one and true purpose, which is to explode. It's not going to happen this round. It's a very sad story, but we'll have to see if SKDC can recover and rescue the bomb.
It could still happen.
Just helplessly sitting there.
Ellis gets Professor Chaos in the CC area. Versus is not going to win his duel. And SKDC, they don't know how many people are in there at the moment. So they're a bit paranoid about their backs. That's going to help out for sure, but
this is
they need to go for this duel together.
This is so unusual for a pistol round, I gotta say. I think actually this team play working out there, and looks like Denial will continue to hold the bomb hostage against its will. Those crooks.
Bit of irony there.
Yeah. So 1-0. Denial winning the CT pistol and going to SMG up. I respect that. Well, I'm waiting for the Bison. There's no Bison, James.
There is no Bison. So.
There is no Bison. This is going to become a thing, I can tell. Alright. So we do have ourselves a bit of a stack up here on the B apps. Obviously 4 smokes in fact there for SKDC. And for SKS looking for the spot there, and we're going to have a bit of a set play and execute coming out. Let's see if this is going to be good enough to actually circumvent the initial defense here and be enough to get the bomb down. So here we go. Smokes all over the place. It's quite nice actually. I like the coverage there. It's going to give them a lot of time here to get this bomb down. As Denial do now flood into the bomb site looking for those kills. And we're going to see autimatic. They're able to pick up one and headshot challenge once again. They'll actually get taken down by the Glock of Virtus. But the SMG's in to save the day. I was up there and apps taken down as well. So pretty good job. 1 HP for 2 players. It's kind of lucky. Quite lucky. It's rare that you see 2 guys surviving on 1.
Could have been a lot more expensive than it was in the end. So bit of a lucky hold there for Denial. Not just not winning the round, but again those 2 players surviving. So that is going to be vital to their economy going forward. 2-0 up again. Denial being the team formerly known as Lunatic. Did transfer over to Denial as the Denial team left for greener pastures, the old Denial team that is. SKDC, again with JDM64. Ocean, one of the players, has been there for a bit longer.
Nice to see the underpass push coming in here on this against the save of SKDC. A couple players lurking around there, going to be caught out. And generally speaking, I mean, there's not a huge amount to accomplish in a round like this for SKDC. Just looking for a little bit of damage, especially having all the players spread out like this. I think this is going to be pretty darn clean here. JDM looking for some extra damage with the tech. Nine going to find himself autimatic and pop his head there, which is going to get himself famous just for a few seconds there before going down. So there you go, got the 3-0 here. Now things get interesting. We will see ourselves most certainly a JDM AWP, I should think. There it is, boom. JDM with the AWP. It's even got a smoke. He must be feeling quite rich himself right now. And I'll be interested to see if he's going to be able to actually figure out the pick here. Where is autimatic going to be AWPing from us? Check him out real quick. Yeah, he's going to short, it would seem. So this could be quite interesting here. autimatic will have a good angle, and if his teammates flash over connector for him to peek, then that's going to be even better here if he wants to go aggressive into mid.
Okay, so we've got Stan in the bottom of mid, looking to smoke off the CPL area. Let's have a look at how this is being held at the moment. Valens, he was in a position where he can hold short and also look for a boost into CPL, but now he's going to be smoked off. Slemmy is holding an angle just in case there's a boost through the smoke that they can't see. And in the meantime, again, connector has been disregarded, so that smoke has well and truly run distraction, and that has put Stan in a strong position. Control of connector, even from this angle, gives the T's a lot more options than otherwise. You can see they also have somebody in lower A at the moment, that is Ocean. If they go to try and go for a push here, you can see the rotation coming in while Stan holds that position, then things could get very difficult here for the CTs. You can see Ellis looks like he's heading in that direction. 35 seconds on the clock though. They're going to have to get their skates on soon.
Yeah, readying up for the set play, and Stanislaw just has to sit here and sit tight, and just wait a little bit. He's going to go for the quick push though, and actually is going to find the frag onto Slemmy. So good job there, but that's the problem. That's the worry there, the AWP from the short. There's no smoke on connector just yet, so there is going to be an angle there for autimatic to get some more kills in. But SKDC are going to be on the bomb site right now.
10 seconds, got a plant.
Got the smoke down for CT, so that's going to help a little bit, but Relyks still on the bomb site. It's not clear. They're all over the place at the moment. 4 seconds left. They've left it far too long. Even if a bunch of kills do come in here for the T's, they have problems because they're going to lose the round regardless. So yeah, I mean, not really timing that out very well. I mean,
there were a few mistakes there. The first one was player pushing connector, jumping onto stairs, then re-peeking connector, where he knows there's no smoke short to see if somebody's there, and yeah, there's somebody there, and he's going to AWP you in the chest. So he goes down for no reason, basically. Then they leave it too long to plant the bomb, as Dan said, and they have nobody covering the bomb plant as well from CT, which is the strongest position to stop bomb plants on the site. So all too little too late there from SKDC. Definitely bad timing on that rotation towards the A site, something they need to think about for the future.
JDM still has an AWP though, so he might be able to find in this round some way to open up the map. He's got himself on the middle as well, so Denial, who just winning that round, might put SKDC on a pretty weak buy here, and you know that is true, and so they might not expect an AWP to be in middle. So this could be an opportunity if that's the case. However, JDM is going to fall back, and they're going to try to rally up for the B push, and there is a distraction for their team in the name of Ocean, the in-game leader there, over towards the A site. Going to try to make some noise and delay rotation a little bit, but in SKDC go, and they're going to need to get an opening kill quite quickly, and that smoke is so frustratingly well timed there for SKDC. Not much for them to do about that. 40 seconds, and Ellis might be tempted to just go through this. They don't really have the time to mess around. They don't want another repeat of the last round. So valens there, even with the Molotov in front of the smoke as well. This is looking too good right now for Denial in the defense on B.
Indeed, they're leaving themselves 24 seconds, and L's going to jump out on his own as they get tired of waiting for these smokes to dissipate. And this is going to be an easy punish here for the CTs. Too little, too late again. You can see Stan just going absolutely bananas with his mouse there, trying to get the bomb planted without being shot in the head. Just, you know, they're allowing their play to be dictated by the CTs. If you're going to have one person jump out from the apps, on his own, versus a full CT team, then I think they may have taken. It may as well have been worth taking the risk of just having somebody try and crab walk through that smoke anyway, because at least then, if he gets that far, then the rest of the team can follow. They can be much closer and all push together. But
we're going to see two AWPs now. A bit of a mix-up for Denial's setup. Slemmy close to the slope. That's a really good position right there. It obviously can go wrong, but it can go very, very right as well, especially if you've got teammates supporting you with some flashes. In fact, wouldn't be too surprised to see a team flash very soon so you can at least get a peek and some info here. Because right now they don't have any presence on the apartments, really. They got someone close, but no deep person in that area. And there it is. Going to have some nice fragging action here. That smoke getting dropped at the perfect moment, shutting down the choke point with vicious effectiveness. And now we're going to see 6-0. SKDC seem to be struggling to get one on the board at the moment, and it seems as if Denial can read every move that they make.
Yeah, obviously we know JDM is a recent addition. I'm not sure about the rest of the team at the moment. But, I mean, Virtus, I'm not sure about Virtus actually. I've seen the rest of them before, I believe. However, you know, again, you can see that their timings, generally speaking, in some situations have been a bit off. And seems a bit more practice is needed on those. Again, that A rotation just didn't leave them enough time to get the picks, even cover the bomb planter. But we'll see what the situation is here. I think we're going to see these standard smokes come out onto the A site. We're all familiar with them by now.
That's a very nice pop flash there for Relyks. You can see they're all really, really blind, actually. That is a very effective flash. So Olafmeister used that very effectively for FNATIC recently, and it's no different there for Relyks, getting 2 frags on 2 blind players. But there's a 3-on-3 now as the bomb is going to go down. This is looking like the best chance that SKDC have had at taking a round in a while. And the bomb is ticking away now, and the clock is on the CTs. Valens going to come up the stairs. There's 2 quick frags there from the man, as it's all on Ocean. He's got nothing but a Tech 9, not even any armor. So his days are numbered right there on the slope, as he does get eliminated, and the bomb will be defused by Denial for a 7-0 scoreline.
Okay, so far so good. Again, chaps, this is a best of 3. So even if SKDC fall to the first map, they will have another opportunity to get back into the game. However, it is still early. 8-7, still possible here. They do have the buy, including the AWP on JDM. Let's see if he can turn on the can opener.
Well, we do have an AWP push coming from Connector any second right now from autimatic. He's actually going to miss the shot there. And he's going to rotate around to CPL, so could find himself some action right now as he's going to be peeking into middle. autimatic. Let's see if he can get something going here. He's very cautious of that boost. Obviously, there is an AWP that has his aim trained on his position right there.
Again, Connectors being exploited. We've seen recently how important this is for the CTs to hold, and they might not be paying any attention to it whatsoever. In fact, they're not right now. So we'll see how important this becomes as things progress. And there's one example, trying to push Palace, but the flank is real. Let's see what that does with the remainder of the CTs. We have autimatic now trying to mount an offense. That smoke is not going to help. He's going to be forced to rotate. But Relyks finally getting that frag for the Denial team, but really they need to pay attention to this connector. It's so important in their A-hole. Ellis gonna have his face ripped off as 2 remain here for SKDC. Make that 1. Bomb is down as well. JDM, see if he can get any frags here. Gets at least 1. Has more CTs coming his way. Sees an elbow. They went for a double peek there, but he was the better of it. 10 seconds remaining, and that's enough damage. Do you have a flank in T-spawn though? Let's see who finds who first. And if he'll have his gun ready. Looking the wrong way. At least he died before the time ran out, so he'll get some money back from that.
Yeah, and be interested to see if Denial want to keep running with a double AWP kind of a setup. Looks like not right now. autimatic going to be getting himself onto the AWP again. JDM also, and once again, let's just check the spawns here for the players. So JDM is looking at a very defensive angle here, and autimatic is just going to be equally defensive on the B apartments side of things. However, he could always try to push the angles slowly but surely. I think he's actually doing that right now, but that means the AWPers aren't going to be at least right now. It's a good pixel to check over. It gives you a lot of information. It's very safe. You can even get kills out of it sometimes. So
yeah, if they don't walk past that angle, then they're dead, basically. It works both ways, though. You can be on the stairs leading to connector where Virtus is basically aiming and have this a similar angle, but obviously you need to get there first. Otherwise, you're going to be toast.
Virtus, not to be confused with Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro. the...
Oh, we may see a meeting of the minds here, but I'm sure JDM knows his angle as well.
They're pushing simultaneously here for a bit of a distraction towards A. So going to go for a bit of a fake here, and whether or not they sell it, it's all over at B with that bomb, and there it is. It is going to be none other than JDM, who is trying to make his way forwards there with that bomb, but he's going to get stopped by Professor Chaos, the one and only. As JDM is struggling to get out of the apartments right now, and he's got big problems over towards car, and he's going to get nailed. There it is. Valens is going to find himself with the frag as Stanislaw takes down Valens for the trade, but Relyks is good for a trade or two himself, and he's going to win the round there, 9-0 for his team. Denial looking very strong and relatively unchallenged so far, I would say.
Yeah, autimatic got the first frag in on that angle in the apps, but JDM managed to get the trade afterwards, which is worth noting. But again, 9-0, solid 9-0 for the CTs. Fantastic start so far. Ellis trying to get a fast peek over towards the B-bomb site, and it is going to be Professor Chaos in position now. Autimatic going back towards the CPL area, so keeping things uncertain here on the CT side.
So there you go, you got your opponent Autimatic, and once again, Stanislaw going to be taking over connector. This time they are going to be a little bit more wise to that, and we're going to see him going down here. But the problems that they're having, like, interestingly, they're able to take connector somewhat consistently with very limited trouble, if no trouble at all. But I mean, imagine if there's some supporting nades or an extra player there to actually help out the SKDC player that would be finding himself in connector. Then you'd have a completely different round. There are variations where you have 3 players trying to take over connector, and then you get 3-pronged attack onto A, going up slope and palace. That would be very interesting to see them go for as well. But this time it's going to be another one up connector JDM to see if he's going to be able to have any luck there. Looks like Slemmy will take him down with ease. Ellis going to be coming in though with a vengeance, trying to bust open this bomb site. Oh, that's fantastic there from Ellis, able to pick one through the smoke, and autimatic. Wow, gets 2 of his own, and that's going to really shut things down right now as Ellis, already with 2 frags, needs to find 2 more. He's got 20 seconds left, and he will actually take down autimatic as well, looking for the last frag, and he might just be able to do this. He's got 10 seconds left, that bomb must go down. And Professor Chaos knows it, does take advantage of him. Well done. So Professor Chaos pulls out the round, and Denial take 1 more, but that was at least a closer one. But it did come off the back of Ellis being a beast. Stepping up.
Yeah, really nice work there from Ellis. And that's a solid 10-0 for Denial. Even if they lost the remaining rounds here, it would not be a complete disaster. However, with the money on SKDC, that looks very unlikely. Denial rolling in the cash at the moment. And as you said, Dan, you know, they had a lot of, I think it was Ocean, who was in this position for a hell of a long time. If they just smoke off short, and put 2 people here, then it could even... It might not even be about taking the A site. It may force the CTs to try and get more control or vision over the mid area, which they can punish afterwards, and then they can go anywhere they like after that. But definitely a lack of denial of information on the short area by the Ts and control of connector by the CTs.
That's an interesting point there. I mean, right now as well, with Denial losing a man early on, and we're going to see a much stronger presence towards middle. Maybe SKDC can actually build something from this and try to force some rotation, maybe catch it, maybe exploit it.
It looks like they did exactly what we mentioned. You see the smoke just finishing there in the short area with a larger presence in connector. And there is... CTs do have control of Palace, but we see Ocean here still smoked off in lower A. At this point, with attention over there, I mean, it may be worth trying to just walk through the smoke.
However, they are moving. They know there's an Opera CT. They're moving very predictably into his sights. So that's 3 in a row. Only Ocean to say something about it, but Relyks pops in from Palace to finish him off. And now it's all on JDM. So maybe a larger degree of cognizance towards the Opera's angles is going to be required to pull these rounds off. And you can see that JDM is wise to it now, but he's he wasn't even changing his position. We saw him opening up from toll booth previously, so yeah, pretty easy one for Denial once again. But I feel like it was a much better approach from SKDC. Just perhaps the execution could have been a bit better.
Absolutely.
On the entry.
You can see they're making adjustments here to try and improve the approach. I think one thing is they may be basically they're obeying smokes. If there's a smoke down, it's like, okay, we can't push this. But especially when you have so much presence in the mid area and someone's trying to AWP your teammates, then I think it may be worth the gamble, especially when you're 10-0 down. I think it's worth the gamble of trying to just walk through the smoke and get the pick on that CT.
And Slemmy going to be moving up middle right now. He's going to be very fast in the rotation towards that B site, but not even required. His presence, his effort, not needed, not wanted. As the last kill comes in, and Slemmy is going to be one to pick it up. But 12-0 now, and Denial are speeding through map number 1 here for the FACEIT League qualifiers in North America.
Yes, I do feel like if you look at, I think if SKDC were to look at, say, LDLC, for example, and how there's always, when you're playing against a team like LDLC, there's always fear, especially on a map like Dust 2, which has some comparisons to Mirage and how you can flank people and so on. There's just no fear on the denial side of things. If they put a smoke down, they can be fairly confident that there's going to be no push in that smoke. Then there's no doubts. There's no fear, there's no doubts on the CT side, so they can play with absolute confidence. Their smokes are basically brick walls at the moment.
And this top mid position is really nice. They can just leave Relyks here, in fact, if they really want to. This just blows up rotations for the T's very effectively. But they are going to be making the push in. He can choose to flank or support from connectors. Those are the two choices. He's actually going to go around to CT spawns, to T spawn, sorry, and make the flank happen. But he's going to be careful that he's not too slow here. As SKDC mean business, they're up on the bomb site already, and this could certainly spell a bomb plant very soon. And there it is. The plant does go down, but there's 3 players here for the CT stuck over by CT, and this is not necessarily a great position. But Relyks has found himself in Palace. That is an excellent choice of route. That's one of the harder areas to deal with, but that's a good way to overcome it. And so we're down to Ellis and Stanislaw right now. Stanislaw able to pick up 1. There's 2 players left as the bomb gets further and further ticked here. That's a great second kill from Stanislaw. He might just be able to pull this off now, as there is nothing for Relyks to do but to hold the defuse. And there it is. What a clutch once again. We're going to see a 4 kill coming out of SKDC, this time from Stanislaw. And that was a remarkably well-played round from him. And that's going to put his team on the board.
Exactly. So, the slightest bubble of air for SKDC to survive on. Let's see how long it lasts. 12-1. This is a huge half for Denial. And it's going to be very hard indeed for SKDC to try and get back into this game on the CT side. They're going to have so much pressure on their shoulders. No room for error whatsoever.
So looking for some angles here. I do like how close Slemmy is playing to Shadow there. He's got support upper Palace as well. This means that they can actually push for info if they want to quite easily because they've got the team play. But once again, you can see the sacrifices. That connector is left fairly open. A player, Stanislaw, is walking up, taking down autimatic their AWPer. So that is quite a loss. Now, how will SKDC interpret this? It doesn't seem like Ocean just goes for a pick outside of the Palace. And this pick and split game so far is working to an extent. However, they've got to be careful at this point that they don't bite off more than they can chew. As the push is ready to come in onto this site. And once again, got to deal with the man on the door. The man on Shadow. Well, that's not too difficult. Looks like it's going to go down pretty quickly. Slemmy's still alive, though. As we go into a 2-on-3. The bomb ready to go down for SKDC. It looks like they could be able to get themselves one more round here. At least for dignity. There's the smoke there for CT. That's going to allow JDM to make himself very safe on these picks towards, or these defensive shots towards connector. But Professor Chaos has had enough. He's going to go straight through the smoke into the flames, picks up the kill on JDM. Still 1 player left. Ellis, is he just going to go for the straight up hold here? He might, but in fact he's too close. Ellis is going to spray for his life, and he might just have done enough. That bomb is getting further and further away from or towards the point of no return, and it looks like he's fine. So pretty awesome work there from Professor Chaos to save the round, and that's got to really hurt for Denial. Sorry, for the SKDC. Sorry.
Absolutely. If you stand on this corner and throw a smoke just above the sun, it basically completely covers jungle and leaves connector open. And this is something SKDC can consider, because if they do that, it's basically from here, and it lands right there, completely covering things off. So if they keep pushing through here, it stops this player from being AWPed and makes their A pushes a little bit stronger. But we're having aggressive positioning here from Professor Chaos. He is going to take down JDM64. Not sure if he would see the bomb on the radar, but it's going to be a rotation. But the flank... No, Stanislaw, right? We'll see. Oh, I don't know what happened there. FreshChaos, I think he jumped out the window and killed himself. Or who knows?
I don't know.
I don't really know what happened.
I think they know what happened either. A retake attempt it is. We have a 3-on-4 situation here. The bomb ticking away for Denial as the clock is on them. Virtus ready with the Tech 9. Tap, tap, and that's Slemmy down. Stanislaw ready as well. That's that second kill in a row. And that's going to be a 2-13 score, or a 13-2 in favor of Denial, who have a very strong performance here in this opening map. I'll have to see if they can carry this through onto the T side. Of course, a lot of it just comes down straight up to the pistol, which was quite close previously.
This smoke, I actually learned this from Kukli when he played on LDLC.
Kukli style.
I remember him doing this smoke
yeah.
once. They were playing against Kenny S's team at the time, and they smoked him off here. They smoked off CPL.
Epsilon.
Then they smoked him off in this area as well. So they basically just ruined his rotation, and that allowed them to push through connector. It allowed them to push through connector and also come out here without being AWP'd from this angle quite safely. And again, this is something that SKDC definitely need to learn, because they had the control of connector. They only had one player there. Maybe it was worth getting a second one. They seem to get mid for free in so many rounds, and got connector for free as well in so many rounds. All they need is that one smoke on short. And the thing is, you have that sign here, right? So if you're over here, you can just bounce a smoke off that sign and smoke off the short area. And that may make a CT try and push through that smoke. Obviously, if they have CPL smoked as well, then it may lead to people poking their heads around this area. And then you can just be waiting for them and try to eliminate them there. There's so many options given to them simply by smoking off short, denying the CT's information. You can even smoke off short and try and have, if you're not engaged by a CT in this area, then you can hold that kind of flank arrow over there in the apps, but that's unlikely in this situation. But again, if they get people into connector so easily, just throw that smoke over the arch, just above the sun, lands and completely covers this area, then you can have a 3-pronged assault, should you wish, onto the A site very cleanly. And again, it makes it very difficult. And one more thing as well, we saw, I think there was one round where they had like 4 people in the mid-connector area, and then you had the AWPer just aiming at them from this kind of direction, and there was a smoke here, and we just had a player just standing behind the smoke. It's almost like he's in a queue waiting for his ticket to be called. Yeah, in that situation, if they're all stuck there, I don't know what he has to lose, because if he just waits there and they all get AWPs, then you're going to lose the round anyway. So I think it's worth going for the gamble, and it makes the CTs a bit more scared about their smokes, because there's doubt there. We've smoked it off, but do these opponents even care that we've smoked it off? Are they just going to walk in and shoot us in the side of the head as we focus our attention on Palace and Connector? So these are definitely things that SKDC can consider for their T side. Okay, so Stanislaw apparently has some internet issues at the moment, which is why we have a bit of a break. Did you have any thoughts on that first half?
Well, the thing is that there were a lot of issues, I believe, with some of the grenades as well on the A side, because it felt like there were like a lot of nice takes on the A side, but it felt like there was a little bit of disorganization when it came to actually some of these spots where they're trying to get the bomb down, and you know, and also, as you're saying, like some of the connector play for me. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have had a better approach. Some of the rounds where they took A was quite nice, but then they wouldn't execute well when they were moving together. Like, for example, you know, when you're taking a bomb site, you got to make sure that first, okay, the bomb site itself is clear. That's obvious, so that you can plant safely. That's number one. And secondly, depending on like who's like where on the rush, because of course you can have players that are like, let's say you're a Mirage, you got like, I don't know, like 2 players coming from Slope or something, and you got like 2 players coming from Connector and 1 coming from Palace. Well, the 2 guys coming from Connector, if they survive, obviously, then they have the ability to take jungles and that area. So you only need really maybe one guy there or something like that to make sure that that's covered. So you got that approach covered from the CTs, and then of course the guys on who are coming from Slope, well, they need to try to make sure that they can actually take CT spawn and they, smoke it and sit there behind it so that the site is taken. And just on this basic stuff, it seems like there's some chaos here and there because they did manage to take the site with 3 to 4 players, which is typically enough, and with some nades and stuff. But still, we were seeing a re-entry that looked a little bit too easy for the CTs. So I felt like there were some rounds, and of course there were some really gutting close ones as well, where where player would actually clutch. So there's that. But definitely. Yeah, I think they can just tighten up a little bit. But I feel like their approach is actually decent, quite decent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some small improvements can go a long way there.
The only other thing I would say is that some of their timing is a little bit too slow as well. Like they're a bit too slow. We saw previously. I think we were watching Existence. We were doing a European cast earlier today.
Existence, the Spanish team, as opposed to the in-game leader of Titan.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Existence, the Spanish team, they have a very, 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 very slow approach. It's very similar. And who were they playing again? It was
they were playing Titan, wasn't it? Or no, it was that.
Yeah, they're playing that. Yeah. So playing that, and the problem there was that because they're moving so slow, like the approach of the game style, what they were trying to achieve was actually quite good. But because they're playing so slowly, their opponents were actually able to figure out what they were doing, and it's a bit different to like Na'Vi, because one of the reasons that Na'Vi were able to pull off a slow, very, very slow style quite well, where it always goes to like last 10-15 seconds before they actually hit the plant, is because with Na'Vi on certain maps, they would basically just it would be impossible to tell what they were actually doing, because it would always look the same until boom, last 20 seconds. Whereas this, it was quite obvious, it was very obvious that some guys were moving towards connector, and then maybe they get one guy in connector, then all of a sudden there's no one in middle, no one in B apps, and there's just like a lot of space to move around on the map.
Yeah.
And there was not enough areas that are smoked, or for example, not enough threat to short. I think you mentioned this, because if you apply a lot of threat to short, then the guy who's playing short, like let's say it's an AWPer, suddenly has like a much harder time to actually just freely peek it. So, and of course, a lot of this is about speed. I think a good team to watch is if you guys are watching the MLGX games, one of the teams that fixed this stuff in their gameplay was Dignitas, actually, because Dignitas took a really, really fast approach, and they upped the pace, and a lot of their connector takes were really, really sick, actually. They were really impressive, and they can credit a lot of this to Carrigan actually joining. And despite what Thorin says about Carrigan, because Thorin is not the biggest supporter of Carrigan. I didn't watch his video, but I was talking to Dignitas guys at just outside the lodges a few nights ago, and they're saying Carrigan is really, really helping them, and obviously they were doing way better on T sides. So yeah, check out their Mirage game from MLGX Games. It was really, really nice from Dignitas to illustrate the point that me and James were talking about. But let's should we hit up a quick break here?
I think so. We don't know how long this break is going to be exactly, so I think we'll just head over to a break until they are ready to resume the game. So just stay with us, guys, and we will see you on the other side.
Hello, hello, hello. I think we're back, ready to resume the match. SKDC versus Denial for the FACEIT League qualifier, North America. That's right. Well, I guess they probably know that, right?
They might not. I think it's worth mentioning a second time.
All right. Well,
but they probably do. I hope they do. But I hope they do now that we've mentioned it.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Great. I reached for a monitor and almost, I don't know what happened, but we're here, we're good to go. We're in the second half. Denial are beating SKDC, but one thing we didn't mention was, I think, you know, Denial's CT side had holes that weren't exploited. Do not.
How dare you. Alright, pissed around, guys. Got ourselves a B rush. And so far, Ellis is making some good decisions here, actually falling back all the way to hopefully get some support there. But Relyks is having none of that, able to quickly pursue and take him down. And that's now an even situation for both sides. But problem for SKDC is that they need to break through the kitchen area. And we're seeing these positions at Denial post plant are very effective indeed. It is a 3-on-3 though, as the players from SKDC storm the bomb site. Now chasing these T's out of this area. So 1-on-1 now. Ocean, the in-game leader. Can he take him down? He will. Valens falls, but I don't know if he's going to do this. He needs himself a kit. Doesn't have the tools for the job. I never leave home without a defuse kit. Seems like Ocean did today.
Ocean. I was going to make a play on the name Ocean, but
play on the words.
Let's just not do it. So Stanislaw has some serious internet problems, and he has left the building. He's going to be replaced by someone whose name almost says Chair.
I'm going to go with Char.
Char it is.
Let's go with Char. Hey,
okay.
That's Char. You got to do the R thing. I don't know. No? Okay. I'll stop. All right, we're good. All right. So we got 2 scouts. We got ourselves.
Oh wow, that Galil is amazing.
Some armors.
I want to look at that again. Fire it. Press the button. The chatterbox. That was actually amazing. He fired it once. It was godlike. But I don't think he's going to be firing it again anytime soon because he has nobody near him on the radar. So you can see the terrorist side looking for aggressive positioning from the CCs, but there is none to be found. They're playing patient.
They got a good
playing
setup
to win.
They have the scouts, man, and I'm telling you, the scouts are superior.
The longer you wait as the T side versus scouts, the more painful it is going to be.
There's one tag. Let's see how many they can rack up before the round is over. EDM, where are you looking, my friend? He's got his back turned to the T's as they charge on in, and they're all tagged down apart from one. This is very doable now for SKDC. 3 players left now for Denial. Great turnaround there from autimatic. Takes down Virtus, and still very doable, in fact.
But why is this doable?
There it is.
Because of the jumping abuse of the scout once again.
It's doable because 5-7 is really good, and yep, the scout does a lot of damage. If he hits one guy, he's going to get tagged. That's healthy. If he hits the other guy that's weak, he's going to die. So pretty good. But in this time is an issue.
Look at the time. I don't
think
no!
Oh,
they went for the kills.
They could have actually retreated there. Either way, either way, they're disappointed. Either way, that's anyway. So they're going to actually pull a scout onto Ellis. And he's going to throw it to Virtus. We're going to see more scouts here. Of course, they have to force it up. It is a match to the point.
I want to see this chatterbox. Oh, he's got Cerberus. Never mind.
Maybe he'll shoot the TV again. It's not yet been shot. So this is a nice pop flash, potentially, that you could, or a bunch of different awesome pop flashes you can do from there.
If you're standing up top, just above where Els is, facing the way he's facing, you can you can take a step forward, so it's a running flash which bounces off the wall and goes into apps behind you. Generally speaking, you want somebody else holding the angle, because if you're trying to peek it yourself, you can just be shot while you're running backwards towards it. But it is a nuisance, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And now we have the mid take coming in from Denial. They have taken their time, and JDM is going to get smoked off, so they say no to his shenanigans. And he is going to have to find another angle to find these shots without scout. And it can certainly be a factor that can allow them to have a chance in this round. But looks like the short is going to be the play now here for Denial as they all flow into the B bomb site slowly but surely. Here comes JDM though with the scout. Does get a nice headshot on autimatic, but that is all he's going to find now as Denial completely take the bomb site. Got some good positions in as well. In comes the Tech 9. Valens going to drive by onto Els. And the bomb is going to go down. Unless Char can, with 11 HP in a scout, kill 3 fully health terrorists with AKs and a Glil, then it's over. It's over for SKDC on map run right now.
Yeah, this has been less than stellar showing for them. But again, it doesn't really give you an idea of how strong Denial are, because we don't know. Well, firstly, when they were on the CT side, as we said before, the connector issue wasn't exploited as much as it should have been, and we don't know how they would have reacted to that, even if it was exploited just the once. So still lots of question marks on that particular map, despite a 16-2 score here. So we will be setting up for the next map, which is, I believe, Nuke. Is it Nuke?
It's Nuke or Season. I think because I was told it was Season first, but then it ended up being Mirage first. So it's Mirage,
Nuke.
Okay, so it is Nuke. All right, so no Season. Bye-bye Season.
Okay, so they're going to be setting up for the next map, obviously. We just came back to finish that map. So I guess we'll have to head to a break again, guys. And we will be back shortly, just in a few minutes, with the second map of this best of 3. See you in a bit.